Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Soss BHC085 invisible hinge. This is their 085 hinge, 8mm drill bit size. What they're saying is that use an 8mm drill bit made of solid brass. This is an invisible hinge called a barrel hinge at times, and you'll see items like this on cabinet doors, a variety of craft sort of installations. I've seen these installed in kitchen cabinets very commonly. Other items that require or that will be going into a door that is relatively thin, something that will be at least at least a half inch in thickness, and that's what it looks like. Small little hinge, really great hinge because concealed, and they're just marvelous in that case. Let me give you some dimensional properties, and we'll get into the hinge a little bit further. Overall, length 0.755 inch, 0.755. Okay, and that's what it looks like when it opens up. And there is a small screw, which you can quite frankly not even see on the camera, but there are images down below. Right at the tip of my finger, there's a small screw there, and the other one is up here, that you will turn, and it will allow the hinge to ever so slightly flare out and grab into the wood. Okay. Diameter of the barrel, where that 8mm reference is going to come into, 0.323. Okay. There is, and this would be, of course, intended for a light duty type application. Now, there is a link to a document down below that is called Installation Instructions, and the important aspect of that is it is going to give you the drilling reference. Okay. That's important because obviously where the center line of the hinges and the floating axis of pivoting, that all needs to be geometrically compatible with each other. So you'll see actually where the BHC, ignore the C, 085, it says actually you need a 7/16 minimum door thickness to use an 8.2mm drill bit. Your A dimension, 8.18. Okay, that's got to be millimeters. Sure. Yeah, of course. Forgive me. It is in millimeters. Your B dimension, 9.9 millimeters. The 9.9 is going to be the length of the barrel, and my caliper is telling me 0.385. The C dimension is really where the important part comes in. You've got 11/16 of an inch from the center line of here to the center line of here. That has to be maintained. In addition to, you've got to make sure that you're compliant with the D and E dimensions as well, meaning the distance from the inside face of the door or the jamb or the outside face, however it's going to be called, the one face to where the hinge, the hole for the hinge will be first encountered as you're traveling through it that way. That 0.8 maximum value is important because otherwise the hinge will be too splayed out far. Then of course the D dimension, you've got to make sure that 1.9 millimeter as a minimum value, that the panel and the jamb, when they're brought parallel to each other, will observe that the dimensional requirement that's there. So once you've got the location of where the holes will be and it all is compliant with the requirements here, you can drill those holes. In terms of a depth, you know, it's not really clear on the drawing, but that's your B dimension. You know, the depth probably is obviously not that crucial, but again, 0.385 3.5 or so, or thereabouts, on this dimension. BHC085, 4.8 millimeter from the edge that faces the opening. Drill an 8.2 millimeter hole with a depth at 9.9 millimeter. Okay, so that's really what has to be observed on this hinge. Great quality item. And the fact that they're concealed is really what draws people to them in terms of doing a new installation. Not only will they prove to be elegant because they're concealed, but they'll prove to be incredibly long-lasting. A Soss hinge, there is somewhere published, and while it doesn't necessarily apply to a barrel hinge, there's somewhere published that Soss says, in essence, we really don't care how heavy your door is. Keep adding Soss hinges to it. Because of the way that these plates are knifed together, they are incredibly durable in terms of being able to carry a great load. And while a barrel hinge is obviously going to be light duty, we're going to be using 2 of these and installing them onto a cabinet sort of door or something thin, or maybe a small entertainment center door. They're really elegant in that regard. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Soss products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog, along with some very helpful links such as, well, their nomograph, which will tell you how wide, how heavy, that's how many hinges you use. That's an interesting document. Some videos from the manufacturer as well. And then their catalog is interesting, but because you can review the balance of those items that are under the Soss name. If you have any questions on the Soss BHC085 hinge or any other Soss product, please feel, and they're sold as each, by the way, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.